Go.
Okay, so to lift up the roof, you just push straight up, vertically up. Don't lift the front, and then we've got lots of space which you can stand around. You can open up the fly screens to allow them a bit of light in, and it's got a fly screen that stops any of the nasty little critters flying in. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to get the rock and roll bed down. The first thing to do is to make sure there's nothing behind the bed, like the front screen or any sleeping bags. And then if you look down here, there's a little white that you can pull, a little white plug. Once you've pulled that, the whole thing just rocks back, and then you just push, it clicks, and down it comes. There we have the bed down. And what we can do is show you straight away how to put the bed back up. So we just lift it up till it clicks, and then pull it back down. And now if you want the seat belts you'll find behind here, but for now we're not going to show you the seat belts. Okay, so now we're going to put the pop top down. So the first thing to do is to bring down the bed. This is where you sleep if you've got someone upstairs. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come and show up here, Beebs. We're going to come and pull down on the handles with quite a lot of weight, because they're quite strong. Pull it down, pull it down, pull it down. And as you're pulling it down, the thing you need to be noticing is that this, what we call the bellows, you need to pull this through on the inside. So I don't know if you can see I'm doing that. So we're going to pull that in like that. I'll show you what's happening from the outside. On the outside, because of the awning here, we have to make sure that the bellows are in there. So Beebs, if you hold that, lift it up nice and high, and I shall show how we pull the roof down, making sure the bellows are in there. And as you can see, now the bellows are not poking out anywhere down the side. But what we will notice, if we come around the other side of the van, is that the bellows on this side are sticking out. But of course on this side, we don't have any awning to worry about. So we can just lift it up and pop the bellows inside. And there we are. Last thing to do is to do the straps up. Okay, so we haven't removed the straps, so the straps are all hanging down. It's a good safety device to make sure we know that we need to strap the roof down before we drive off. So we get it like that, and then what I do is I just pop the strap through like that, bring the metal clasp down, push the strap through, and then roll it back to the top, and then we can pull it down, get some nice tension on it. And then on the other side, exactly the same, pop that through the little metal clasp. It's important because that's what holds it together. Open up the clip, push the strap through the clip, pull it a little bit tight, pull the metal strap to the top, and then push the finger in, and then it's nice and tight. And push the straps up to say it's all tightened up. Next we're going to show you how to do the fridge door. So the fridge door has got little clips on it that secures it to make sure it doesn't swing open when you're driving. So close the door, clip it, and at the bottom clip that, and then it's secured and it won't come out as you go around corners. Now I'll show you how to spin the passenger seat around. So there's a handle just down here. You lift that up, and then you just spin the seat around, and there it is. It doesn't lock in place that way, and when you spin it around the other way, it will lock in place for driving. Just show you a few things that are in the back of the van. Here's the curtain for when you sleep. Put the curtain just back down there. There's some velcro that attaches it. This is the screen guard that goes around the front of the screen to stop condensation, keep the van nice and warm. Under here we have some nice easy chairs and a couple of tables. One of the tables sits inside. Here's the table leg that sits inside, and there's a couple of other chairs there. But what we're going to look at here is the water tank. So how we pull the water tank out is we gently pull it out. It's a little bit caught, takes a little bit of pulling out. Open up the lid. The whole thing does pull out if you want to, but it's much easier if you can get a hose pipe or similar, and you fill up the water tank. It's a huge water tank, so it will come full, so you shouldn't have to do that the whole time you're hiring the van. Then, so I'm just pushing that down, make sure the pipe goes under the there we go. And then in this cupboard we have a couple of little things, some toys in there, but most importantly is our overnight lamp, which is rechargeable. It's a cable in the box. Turn the light on, and if you press and hold it, it gets dimmer, and press and hold it, it gets brighter. When you pack it away, make sure it's off and you don't accidentally turn it on. That lives in that cable there. So last thing to show, I think, is the awning. So this is the awning handle. There's the awning handle clips in the back here, and you turn it into a handle that way. Roll it out. Just sits out about a foot, and then you get the legs out, and the legs come out like that. They come out in parallel, and then undo the butterfly, put that in there, and then likewise pull it out so it comes down vertically. Tighten up the butterfly, and once that's done, that will take the weight as you roll it out. Roll it out until you're happy with it, and then to put it back in is the reverse of that procedure. So put those like that, and then put it back in. It's almost in. Put a foot out or so. Lift them up. Undo the butterfly. Tighten up. It's important to do them back up once it's up, otherwise they rattle loose when you're driving. Put that in, and then the whole thing slides in parallel, and hopefully Bede can get that happening when she films this. So in there, so you can see that it goes in parallel like that and clips in, and then all you need to do is level it in, make sure it's tucked in at the front and back, and if it is, all's good. And you can stow the handle. The handle lives just behind the front seats, like that. You know how to turn the gas on and off. First thing you need to do is lift the seat and then prop it up using the little prop there, and the gas you'll find in this cupboard here. If you open it up like that, and you can just put your hand in and twist it clockwise to turn it off and anti-clockwise to turn it on, and you see where the handle is there. Okay, so I'm turning it all the way off. It's been on. There we are. Okay, final thing. No, I'm going to show you the cupboard with. Okay, so pots and pans. In here, a whole load of saucepans with two Tefal clippy handles, and then frying pans and colander. The washing up bowl is under there. And finally, in this cupboard here, we have all of our cutlery, including cafetiere, crockery, oils, herbs and spices, spare tea bags, a little bit of coffee, just to get you going. And then up here we have a cupboard that has mugs and beakers, and then over here we have a cupboard that has some kitchen foil and usually has some kitchen roll in there. Hopefully that's everything. There's plenty of storage on the back of the seats, safety, bibs, dustpan and brush, and a carpet there for putting it out when you've got the awning up. Hopefully that's everything, and wish you happy camping and many exciting adventures.